Hello viewers, Sniper Wolf 1001 here with another figure unboxing and review. So today I'm going to be showcasing the Metal Build Strike Freedom Gundam Soul Blue version. This is a figure that I've been waiting for a really long time. I did do a review of the Metal Build Freedom Gundam. If you want to go see that, I'll put a link in the description. I do apologize ahead of time for the quality of that video, because that was actually a really old video that I made a long time ago, but I only uploaded it recently, so the quality and stuff is a little bit not as good. But anyways, like, getting on to this, Strike Freedom Gundam, one of my favorite Gundams from the series. Of course, I was really looking forward to getting the metal build here, and I'm really excited to take a look at this. So taking a look at the box, of course this is the Tamashii Nations 2018 Soul Blue version, which was the it's a version that came out after the original Metal Build Strike Freedom. Again, looking at the box, pretty cool. Looking at a lot of like blue flames on here for Metal Build Strike Freedom Gundam Soul Blue version. These blue flames looking really good. Of course, this is the Soul Blue. The flames here, man. Of course, like the back here, pretty cool artwork of the Strike Freedom in that blue coloring on the back there too, which is really cool. This is the essence of Soul Blue right here. But yeah, I guess without any further ado, let's jump straight into this unboxing. Okay, so there's actually another piece that's inside the box there, but first things first, we have a little manual here. Like, I'm assuming this is just a instruction manual that's gonna show you how to attach a lot of the stuff. You can see on the back here it has instructions for the stand. This I actually wasn't aware of, but yeah, apparently you can display the Dragoons, detach them and have them at the base of the stand there, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's going to be an instruction manual. There's going to be one package here, which is going to have, of course, it's going to have the Strike Freedom's wings and the two rail guns on the top of the wings, right up here. And then this is going to be like, I'm not entirely sure what this is. It looks like some type of attachment part. But yeah. Oh, and there's actually another piece in here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so two different packages. So there's another piece here where this is going to be like, you know, all the weapons, has like two beam rifles, the beam shield generators, and then of course your assortment of hands, and then of course your beam sabers here. So there's definitely going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to be covering this one, and sorry about that. So I guess this is gonna be a pretty, I have a feeling this is gonna be a lengthy video. So in case you guys feel that, if any of you feel that the video might be a little too long, I'm going to put some timestamps in the description of the video. So if you don't have time to watch through the entire video, at the very least you could skip around to different points that you feel might be more interesting to you. So I'll definitely have that for those who don't want to sit through the entire thing. So there's like two sections here in this little cardboard container. I just took out one of the sections, and here I believe is going to be the Strike Freedom. What I took out of that section there was actually was the stand base. I'll actually take that out so you can get a better look at that. But here we go. This is the stand base, and I'm liking the solid black right at the bottom here. It looks really cool with like Strike Freedom, ZGMF X20A, in this gold styling. I think I like that. It looks very aesthetic. That's pretty cool. There's also some like, yeah, you can see like these little black lines here on that too, which is pretty sweet. There's a lot of extra pieces here for the stand. So it seems like, I think these might be the mounting points to where you can mount the Dragoons once you remove them from the wing. Because like there's this base here, so I'm guessing you attach those parts into each different segment. So you can display the Dragoons on the actual stand base, which is kind of cool. Looks like there's a lot of assembly on this. Of course, in here, not sure if you can see it that well, but this is pretty much just a clear stand arm here. I can actually take it out real quick. So here we go. Just a clear stand arm. Pretty long stand arm too. Pretty basic. Oh, and here we go. So right in here, we have the one and only Strike Freedom in all of its glory. And oh man, this is big. Just like the metal build Freedom, of course. Ooh, what was that? The piece just fell. Not sure where that goes. I guess I'll figure it out. Oh, that's where it went. Okay, it was just a piece out of the arm that just fell down. But let me just get rid of all of these pieces of plastic here. Cool. Oh man. This figure looks so cool. I'm really excited to have this thing posed up. But oh, there's more here, more plastic here at the vents, the leg vents. All right, but here we go. Here it is. So this is the metal build Strike Freedom Gundam, and this thing looks so freaking cool. There's so much detail on this. Looking at the actual paints, the paints look really good. There's so much variance too, like right on here on the shoulder. You know, we have a bright white right up here on the top of the shoulder. I'm not sure why my camera isn't. There we go, that's better. So you can see there's the bright white at the top of the shoulder, and a bit of a dark gray. More white here, and then we have like the red decals here. I think that, what is that? Yeah, it's like a warning. There's a warning over there, like caution up here. A lot of really cool details. On the actual beam shield generator, we have MX 2200 ZGMF X20A. I'm not exactly sure what MX 2200 is. It might be like the model number for the beam shield generator, I'm guessing. But yeah, a lot of small details. This little gold vent right there. I'm absolutely loving the golds on this thing. It looks so cool. I'm gonna have to do a comparison with this thing with my Robot Damashi Strike Freedom, because that one I was actually a little bit disappointed with how that looked. If you want to see the review that I did on the Robot Damashi, I'll link that in the description as well. Again, that was another older video that I did like several years ago, so the quality is not that great. But anyways, I guess for scale, you can just see how big this figure is here. Like it is really sizable. But I guess I'll jump on to articulation real quick. So we'll start from the bottom up. So starting from the foot, and oh man, I'm still blown away by a lot of these colors. These golds look so good. But starting from the foot, while moving this down, so the foot seems to move down about that far, and then moving upward about that high. Goes about that high, which is kind of cool. Right here, there's of course this little bracket here that sits in between like the foot and the leg. Looking at the back of the leg, we have the leg thrusters, which You can see each of these little vents here, they move independently of each other, and you can see that each vent has their own individual thruster there, one there and then one right in there. So of course that can adjust his flight direction, which is pretty cool. I love how there's some good movability there. Looking at the back of the leg again, like you can just see how shiny those golds are. Looking really, really good. Moving upward, there's more detailing here. You can see that, you know, it says, what does that say? Caution, do not wait, what? Do not something. I can't really read what that says. But again, there's a lot of decals on this. Articulation on the top of the leg here. You can see that moving the knee up. So just like that, the leg has a lot of movement upward. Just like that. There's a little comparison here with this leg sitting straight down. You can see that you get a nice angle with the other leg going straight up like that. Of course, these joints are really stiff too, so I do want to be careful with this, especially when moving this back down. Okay. Also, another cool detail here with the leg too is like when you move it, you can see how this knee plate kind of separates and moves independently. You can see it exposes some more gold right in here as soon as you move the knee in and coil it, just like that, and it exposes some more of that beautiful gold right on the interior. Very nice. So moving this outward, you can see the legs can move out about that far. I don't think you can go much higher than that, so that's pretty cool. Now, onto the side skirts. Of course, the side skirts, they move independently of each other, pretty much just like the metal build Freedom. So these parts separate, which is pretty cool. A lot of movability there. Of course, they can move around. They move around and whatnot. I'm liking the kind of... it's a very faint kind of bluish white that they have there on the side skirt. To the back here, on this back skirt again, more movement. It has that kind of bluish white there with like gold on the insides there, which is pretty cool. Of course, we have like this red piece here, and then articulation of the top of the body, the torso. So this figure, when you twist it to the side, it goes about that far out to the side. That far. So that's not too bad. For ab crunches, let's see. So it looks like this figure goes down about that far, and then back about that far. So there's not really like too much movement you can get out of that, but you know, that's better than nothing. Moving up to the arms. So the arms actually move a bit freer than the legs do, which is great. Of course, the beam shield generator, you can detach this straight off of the arm like that. Of course, on the inside, I'm actually surprised there's a lot of detail there on the inside of the beam shield generator. But actually, you know what? I'll actually have that off for now. So moving the arm up. The arm goes up about that far. So that's actually some pretty good... Actually, it can go up a little higher too. Yeah, it can go up quite high. That's definitely not bad. Another piece just popped off. That's actually that was a piece that fell off earlier. It's like this little flap here. It sits right into this piece of gold right in there. Just this little flap. It just hooks onto there. So that just fell off. There we go. Mounts in pretty easily. It's not much of a problem. But anyway, moving the arm forward, you can see that the arm shoots up pretty high. There's a bit of movement on the... actually, is it stuck right there? Okay, it seems to be like there's a bit of a restriction here. I think when pulling the arm forward, I think the arm only goes out about that forward, and that far forward, and I think that's mainly because this piece of gold here, it kind of blocks the entryway to the rest of the arm, so you can't really pull it back much. So I think that's about as far as it's gonna go. And then moving upward to the shoulder, of course, this piece, it has a little flap here that moves again independently of this. You can you can pull it all the way back and expose more of the shoulder, which is like more of the gold skeleton inside, which is really cool. Looking at the thruster, like the vents on the shoulder, again, they look really nice with that dark blue paint and like the gold vents inside. Yeah, there we go, yeah. Again, looking really good. Looking at the actual chest beam, I actually forget what this is called, but oh yeah, this is the mega particle cannon. The cannon right in the chest, again, like completely surrounded with that gold finish, looking really beautiful. Of course, the golds inside the vents here on the chest is really nice. I've always loved this design from the Seed and Seed Destiny series, where the chest of the Gundams, like, they kind of stick out like this and they have like that little stripe. I like how this has the red stripe. It goes really well with the dark, it's kind of like a, I don't want to say it's a gray, it's more of like a dark kind of purplish blue color that they have here on the chest. And then of course, the vents here, articulation of the head. Of course, the head is moving freely on a ball joint here. You can see there's a lot of range of motion here. I think you can probably rotate this completely around. Yeah, you can rotate it completely around if you want to. I guess looking a lot closer onto the face, like everything here, like even the eyes are very heavily detailed, and like the little chin. The V-fins look really good. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good. I'm liking the articulation on this figure, and there's a bit of weight to it as well. But yeah, that pretty much covers everything for articulation. I'm also liking the decal here, where it it has like the 100 010 Venti ZGMF X20A there. Again, I love the decals on this. This thing looks really cool. So I guess now that I'm finished with articulation, I'm gonna get straight on to doing the weapons and posing the weapons on the figure. Again, more stuff on the back of the head. You can see there's like a bit of like a blue piece there and like more gold vents on the back, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, you can see more of that blue right in here, right in the top of the helmet. Alright, so for the next part here, I'm going to take a quick look at the wings, the backpack here. Again, just like the regular figure, this just looks so beautiful. Like, the paints on this are absolutely phenomenal. Like this nice kind of like dark blue. It's almost kind of like a, it's weird because the lighting here kind of exaggerates it a little bit. It looks more like a purplish kind of blue, although here it looks kind of like, in the actual camera, it looks more of like a deep blue, like a dark blue. But you can see that that has really beautiful like gold lining here, even here with like the gold plating there and everything. It has like more decals. It has like, there's more caution warning signs up there. This piece right in here on the wing is actually clear, which is nice. It's kind of like a translucent design there, which is kind of cool. I'm really liking like the angles and everything, how sharp everything looks. Again, right on the top of the backpack, I'm guessing this is another model number here. It has like the Freedom's code there as well too, but like some other number here, which I'm not familiar with. Onto the back of the backpack, of course, we have the thrusters with that nice red lining all around it. Right at the bottom again, the thrusters at the back. Right here, right underneath the top portion of the wings, Again, we have those thrusters, again, completely lined with that red and like the gold interior there, which is really nice. Again, more decals on the actual part here. There we go, like another warning sign there, which is really nice. This is looking really good. In terms of it moving, you can see that, of course, as per usual, the like 2 wings are attached together, the other 2 are completely separate from each other, so you can completely move them independently, move them around. I think this moves, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so this top portion also moves as well too, up and down. You see it has like quite a bit of range of motion. It has quite a few snapping points in it as well too. And then moving these parts. So of course, like these wings has quite a bit of movement. I'm not sure if this will affect it. No, not really. So of course these wings, they move out. I think this is as far as the wing can go out from the inner wing. So with the wings, showing the Dragoons, you can actually just pull down on the actual Dragoons. You just pull down like that, and then of course with the wings completely exposed, you can expose like more of that gold skeleton here, which is really nice. So yeah, you could do that with the wings if you want to remove the Dragoons. And it's nice because they come out fairly easily. Like there's not much of a struggle or anything like that. Like it's pretty simple. They come out, and they look great. So that's nice. Okay, so here, taking a quick look at the Xiphias railguns here. So as you can see, there's a nub right on the end of here, which you would mount right into the side of the waist. Just like that, and it snaps in pretty easily, no problem at all. And of course, because of that, like, this thing completely rotates around. There's a lot of movement that you can have on it. It goes up and down, all the way around. You can move it wherever, which is nice. Taking a look at the railgun, independently of the Freedom itself, though, I really like this mechanic here, how it unfolds. So you can see that this top portion of the barrel, it pops up and then folds all the way out like that, and you can rotate it down. And of course, the bottom piece is gonna pop right out, and then it's gonna sit like that, completely unfolded. And then that's what it's gonna look like when it's completely unfolded, just like that. And then of course, again, just like every other thing on this figure, the details are very impressive. Again, we have more of that red right on the barrel, right on the end of the barrel there. This beautiful gray, kind of like a two-tone. There's like a dark gray there and like a lighter gray right at the top, right at the top there. These little red lines that go all the way down. Of course, there's more decals on this as per usual. More caution and warnings. And even on the back here, you have more of like the gold vents, more of that gold skeleton still on the inside of the railgun as well too, which is pretty sweet. This is a pretty big figure. You can actually see, as a comparison with my hand, just the railgun by itself is about the length of my hand, so it's pretty sizable. All right, so taking a look at the beam rifle here, again, it goes without saying, the details on the beam rifle are absolutely amazing. Again, we have more of like code letters and stuff. I think the ZGMF, yeah, the Freedom's code is right on there as well too. But then I think this is supposed to be like the model number of the actual beam rifle itself. Again, there's more decals at the back there. So taking a look at this, the colors are really good. Really liking the whites and then the blues around here, and of course like the red at the top, looking really good, as well as the barrel. The barrel looking really fantastic with the reds here. You can see like it goes from kind of like two different colors. I apologize for the camera not focusing too well here. There we go. So it's kind of like a gunmetal gray right around here, and then we have like this very kind of shiny steel looking color right there at the bottom. And then right here we have the handle. So the handle's obviously just gonna pop out. It sits out about that far, and then you can actually extend this. You can pull this all the way back like that, which is really cool. You can extend that, and then just as the camera focuses, you just look at the detailing on that. Yeah, there's a lot of detail on this rifle, and I think that should be everything for the beam rifle itself. I believe the other one does the same thing too. Also, on this side of the beam rifle, I just noticed this now, it actually has like a peg here, which I believe this is probably what you're probably gonna be using this to mount this into like the side or like the back of the Freedom, I'm assuming. So you can probably like pull this peg out, yeah, just like that. Just really close to the actual gun itself. But yeah, you can pull that little peg out, and I think that will probably just mount into the body of the Freedom, so you can have it not wielding it, but still being there on the figure, which is cool. And of course, like, everything is about the same on this beam rifle as well, too. So now, taking a look at the beam sabers, you can see we have the beam saber handles here. Again, not too much to say about them. They're pretty basic, like, you know, your regular white and black stripe there. Here's the beam saber effect parts, this very nice translucent pink color. You just put those two parts in, and then of course this looks really nice. Got that nice effect part there, and it's pretty big too. Again, like another sizing comparison here, you can see that this beam saber is like, it's like longer than my hand, just a little bit longer, which is pretty cool. But then of course on the back end here, you can see that this is this slot here is separated, so you can connect both the beam sabers end on end. Just like that. So you can connect them. Ooh, almost slipped it there. So you can connect both the beam saber parts there end on end with the other effect part, and just like that. So you can do the double-ended beam saber effect, which is pretty cool. All right, so here we have both of the beam shield generator effect parts, and again, these parts look really nice. Like, you see we have that very nice translucent blue color of like the energy. You can kind of see there's a bit of an effect here where like the energy is kind of it's a bit thicker on the inside, but then as it starts to fade out, you can see it starts getting a little bit clearer at the ends, which is nice. All right, so like another feature here on the beam rifles, like I showed before, how this part can actually extend out. So of course, on this beam rifle here, you can pull this piece out, and then you can like rotate it down, and then what you do is at the top part, you can actually push this down. You push that, and then it moves this whole gray section downward. It extends it all the way down and it exposes that little compartment there at the top. And then what ends up happening is that you can put this entire barrel right inside there, and then connect the two beam rifles together. And then this barrel, you can extend it out forward, just like that. So then, just like that, you can actually have the entire beam rifle, both beam rifles combined together, and just like this, to kind of form like a big beam sniper rifle. And yeah, this looks really cool. Very cool feature. I like the fact that the back can extend and the barrel extends here to go along with the combination. Like that's actually really cool. All right, so another feature here on the back of the Strike Freedom is that to have the railguns mounted in, and then also have the beam rifles mounted onto the waist as well too. The back actually has a bit of movability. So this part here, this back skirt, you can actually pull this down. So you can see you pull that down, and of course you expose more of that beautiful gold right inside there. But then what that allows you to do is that you can actually rotate. You can actually rotate the railgun to the back, and then that exposes another section here where you can mount the beam rifles into the sides. So I'll just demonstrate that real quick. So with that nub that I talked about earlier, here you can just attach this right in. And then there you go. So you can have the beam rifle right into the side, and then you have the railgun rotated all the way to the back, which is pretty cool. And then on top of that as well too, each one of the railguns actually has a mounting part here. It's pretty much just similar to the it's the exact same as the Freedom Gundam, but you can actually mount the the beam sabers right into here. So as you can see, we have on the actual beam saber handles, they have this little indented section there. So you can just you can mount this right in. I think this actually rotates as well too. So I think it's supposed to go that side. So just like that, and it goes in pretty easily. So you can see you can have the beam saber handle mounted right into the top of the railgun like that, and of course that little part rotates, so there's more movability here. So you can rotate that just so you can get your poses right, just so you know if this is making contact with the wings or the backpack, you can just rotate it, get it out of the way and whatnot. So that's really cool. So you can just have the Freedom, you can have like every part of it completely displayed. Alright, so here I finally got the Freedom, Strike Freedom up on the stand, and with everything equipped to it, the railguns, the beam rifles, beam sabers in the back and everything, the wings, backpacks, like all equipped. You can see this thing just looks absolutely magnificent. This thing just looks really, really good up on the stand here. And the stand itself looks really nice too. Of course, it's completely assembled. You can see that all of those little segments here, these are all for if you want to detach each of the dragoons and then mount them into these, so you can display them at the base of the stand here, which is pretty cool. But I'm really loving the way that this Strike Freedom looks, man. Like this metal build, this is easily my favorite one. But yeah, that's actually gonna draw this review to a close. I'm just gonna go on my final thoughts with this. Again, I think the metal build Strike Freedom is honestly absolutely flawless. There's just so many things that I like about it. The colors are absolutely amazing. Like, I have absolutely no complaints about the colors. Like, everything is perfect. There's no paint or anything in spots that they shouldn't be. All the paints are good. Like, the blues look really nice. The golds, I'm like the golds, I can't stress enough just how good the golds look on this figure. Like, they just did a really good job with this. The golds on the skeleton look so good. And then even on the dragoons themselves, they're not using the exact same, well, mainly because, like, this isn't metal, this is more plastic. Even then, despite the fact that it's plastic, it still manages to look just as good as the metal skeleton they use inside the Freedom. All the gold lining they have on the outside of the wing just looks so good. Another thing that I really liked was all of the functionalities with the weapons and stuff. Like, I liked how with the beam rifles, how you're able to connect them end on end. You can extend the one barrel out. You can extend the, like, I guess the handle and, like, the buttstock on the other rifle. I liked how on the waist here with the Xiphias railguns, I like how you still have that mechanic. It's the same mechanic that the Robot Damashi Freedom has. yeah, the Robot Damashi had that, and I think the Metal Build Freedom has that same mechanic, where you can mount the beam saber handles right into the side. But I love the fact that the railguns, you can actually pull down the rear skirt, and then you can rotate the railguns to the back, and then also mount the beam rifles into the side as well too. There's like 2 mounting points there, and you just gotta rotate it around. I thought that was actually really cool. I love the fact that they did that. So that was cool. Like a lot of the functionality, I liked how the railguns popped out as well too. That was kind of cool. In terms of articulation and posability, it was a pretty nice, pretty posable figure. There's quite a few things that you could do with it. I feel that, I might be wrong, but I feel like it might be a tiny bit more restrictive than the Metal Build Freedom was. I feel like the Metal Build Freedom might be a little bit more posable than this. But I feel like there's a lot more parts involved with the Strike Freedom. A lot more stiffer parts, I guess, involved in this. So I feel like there's just a little bit less posability on this compared to the Freedom. But yeah, of course, like, I love all of the decals, and again, that's another thing that just sets it apart from something like this, right? Where this is, you look at all the whites, and the whites just kind of look very plain. There's not really too much to it. You look at this, and just the small stuff, like all of the warning and caution signs, you know, like this little decal here, even how like it has like the ZGMF X20A right here on the chest. Just all of those little detailings and stuff, just, you know, just goes above and beyond to make it look even better. I even liked, this is a small detail, but I really love the fact that the tips of the Dragoons are translucent. I thought that's really cool too. So overall, I'm like 100% satisfied with this figure. It was definitely a pricey figure to get, but I am a fan of the Strike Freedom, and like I don't regret getting it, especially this model. Like if you're a fan of the Strike Freedom, I definitely think that if you're willing to shell out the money to get this is definitely the one to get. So that's pretty much going to bring this review to a close. I will be doing another video on the Metal Build Strike Freedom here, because there's going to be another part coming in the mail in a few days. I actually got the Wings of Light attachment parts for this, and that's definitely, I'm really excited for that, because that's going to be like the piece de resistance for this thing, because, you know, I really want to have this displayed with the Dragoons sticking outward, facing towards me, you know, doing the full burst mode with all of the energy and stuff surging out from the back of the wings. I think that's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that, and yeah, that video is going to be coming in just a few days. And yeah, that's pretty much everything to cover. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. There's definitely going to be more figure reviews and more unboxings on the way, and here is a little bit of a teaser for things to come, because shortly after I get the Wings of Light attachment parts, the next video is most likely going to be of this bad boy right here. Alright, so I'll see you guys later.